Hey guys, it's me, Ria. Just hopping on for some quick messages if anyone wants any. Let's see if I can find myself. Oh, there I am. I'll just share out a little bit. Just hopping on for some messages. I'm going to be doing open donations. And it's messages from the heart today, guys. I've been feeling a lot coming from the heart, particularly that younger part of us. But I'll talk in a minute. I can't do two things at once. I'll give a group message first. Just got done doing some exercising, so I'm in that mode. So it'd be good for me before I get hungry and stuff. I haven't been hopping on as much at the tempo because I've been really busy with the master's group. And Mitos is on vacation, and normally, like, I got to get him at 2:15 after school, so it really cuts my day up. So this week will be good timing for me to do some extra stuff. Been in the moving process, so a lot of time in that as well. I'll talk in a second here. Just sharing out a little bit. A lot of beautiful healing frequencies coming in, guys. Down here. Not sure who's there. No one now. Oh well. Whatever. Whatever's meant to be will be. Whoever's meant to be here will be here. Hope you guys are all having a awesome day. All right, that's good for now. Whatever. Actually, put it right there for story. There we go. All right, so I just wanted to share a little message from my this morning's message first. Well, first, you know what? I'm going to clear the energy before I get into it. Just refocus, re-anchor, get back into my body, connect, clear. You guys might hear a little outdoor ruckus. They're redoing the roof. That's beautiful. Nice and clear. All right, so nice and clear. Whoop, shut her off. There we go. So what's been this morning message, and what was coming through a lot was a lot of the healing energies coming forth, reconciling that childhood self with the adult self. And I know we're always in that process of healing, but what's really coming to a greater understanding is we always think we've got to go back and change something with that younger part of us, that child that came and endured maybe some hard times earlier in life. And we all have a wounded child, but what was coming through this morning was that we don't need to heal that wounded child from that standpoint. That child, which is us, came into this physical experience, came into that journey to actually have that experience. So many times they say, what would you tell that younger version of yourself? But we wouldn't want to change that past. That younger child's coming through right now. I wouldn't want you to change my past, for that would deny me the journey that I came to expand, to heal, to end that cycle, to make things right once and for all of humanity, for the future generations. So that child That wounded child part of us came to heal that cross, that challenge, whatever that energy is that they went through based in distorted beliefs, ideas, thought forms, a lower frequency of love, for it is all love. It's just different frequencies of love. That child came to illuminate the love within that experience. That is so powerful. So the child says, do not be sorry, do not be apologetic. This is what we came for. And now we can reunite and have some fun. There's a huge ending of a major cycle of wounding for generations. We were strong enough to come and do this, to partake on this timeline, to end that cycle, to illuminate that light within us, to release and transmute those doubts, unworthiness, not being good enough, not being loved, diminishing our light, and then hence diminishing our experiences, our relationships, our manifestations. We came to end that cycle. The only way to end it is to go through that and illuminate it with light, with love, with wisdom, with healing, with truth. You could have told me to just shine bright like a diamond. That song kept coming through this morning. Shine bright like a diamond. You can tell me that I'm loved, just like so many of us are told that we're loved, but do we believe it? We have to go through the experience for the healing of the energies that are blocking the flow of love. You could tell me everything you want to tell me now, but if you told me then on that timeline, it wasn't the time to embody that in the physical. I came to transform that energy through my experience, through our experience. We are not separate, we are one. All is well. All is well in the heart of the child. We are to illuminate together that light, that love, that wisdom gained, that love that's within our heart. It is through the healing, the balancing of those energies, balancing, releasing, integrating, seeing them through a higher frequency, that we are whole now. Now is the time to play. There is no time, so it's not too late to play. It's not too late to talk to me. It's not too late to show me the love that I am. For you are that love that I am. I am you and you are me. We are one. We're merging. It is not a lost time. There is no time. It is all frequency. We have healed so many dimensions and timelines through this experience. No experience is to be denied, for then you deny the love expanded in it. Remember that. You would not be who you are and where you are now without that experience. You would not be entering this new phase in all of humanity, individually and collectively. It is a time that we are stepping out of the darkness and we are shining bright. We are anchoring in the light in the physical. You need not die and come back. We are transitioning within the physicality. We are transitioning in the physical. So we need not die. We end a cycle, and now we don't have to die and redo it. We open up to a new timeline. We open up, shift through this love that now we are not just embodying, but we are living it. It's not just a theory. We are manifesting it. We are experiencing it together as one. All right, that was very beautiful. Hey, Lauren. All right. So I'm just going to pull a Mother Earth heart card regarding that message. See what our heart wants to say to us. Must be a message here for you, Lauren. I hope you didn't do it today. All right. So Mother Earth heart cards are reflections, as we all, or probably have heard me say before, of our hearts, and our hearts are with Mother Earth. Mother Earth is that hologram. It is the physical experience for us to play, to live out our energy. That gives us the experience for the expansion of God source energy in the physical. And Mother Earth is always working in symbiosis with our energy and is always reflecting our innate self, the balance, the healing, the harmony, the rejuvenation, all of it. The cycles, and we're ending a major cycle and stepping into a new season, a season of peace, a season of joy, a season of illumination. All right, so what do our hearts have to say to us? I already messaged you and said, I did do it. You paid it off. You paid off more than you were supposed to. Well, you know what? I am going to get outside more and do more things. I paid on the bill so it doesn't get it. You know, there is no right or wrong, Lauren. Just do you. Do what you feel. Don't try to play. If you try to play by the man's rules, you're going to get a man result. The man result. Keep playing by the rules that we've been programmed to abide by, live in, thinking that has power over us. We're going to keep in that cycle. We're going to keep playing that. It's not right or wrong. It just depends what game you want to play. What game do you want to play? You're going to just keep living it and recycling it. Break the cycle. Do something different. Move that energy. Credit card scores, whatever. I know. If you want a loan, you want a good credit card score. Spirit's coming in and saying there's a balance. There's a balance. There's a balance in honoring the physical experience that you are buying into as you honor the spiritual. But it is always about stepping up, expanding those limitations with every step, with every thought, with every action. It is up to you. Nothing has power outside of you, but your belief will seem to have power by its projection outside of you. The outside will seem to have power over you because it is showing our belief. It's the way I wasn't supposed to say that. All right. That is so funny because when I first pulled this was at the top of the deck and I showed you, I'm like, oh, that's a really nice card. That would be a good one to read. And as I shuffle them all up, that is actually the one that popped out. This is telling us the sky is the limit. I love, this is like my favorite color, aqua, representing the sea of emotions and the water and the sky and the water coming together. It represents, the sky is the limit. It represents creating a truth, represented by the throat chakra, creating our own truth. We don't have to speak someone else's truth. We don't have to speak and stay in an old energy. We came for the expansion. We didn't keep coming to live the same old, die to be reborn, pay bills, work, the sky's the limit. It's time for us to create and to speak a new truth. And where is that truth coming from? It's leaning on our divinity, our God source energy, that love and light within us. It's leaning on that. It's leaning in something that has remained dormant up until now. It wakes up sometimes through struggle, through strain, through crumbling of walls. Sometimes we need that impact to break it open. And sometimes we'll keep doing something until we're just sick of doing it any longer. It can come in a slow, gradual opening, or it can be a big impact that opens us up when we're just tired. Like the whole COVID thing, that came really quick. It really impacted a lot of us. And we had to lean on a new truth, a new way, a new trust. It caused us to go within what was important to us. How did we want to spend our time in quarantine? What could we do? It forced us to spend time with ourselves. That was beautiful. And now that time spent is bringing forth new wisdom, new ideas, new technology. So many people are working at home, living a more fulfilling life because of that, because of all of that. It is causing us to be creative in our own truth and ways of doing things. Sometimes limited finances that seemingly block or limitation actually acts as an activation to empower us by making us go within and find new creative ways of doing things. Being resourceful, activating ideas that wouldn't have been activated unless we were put in those scenarios. We're really going through an integration where everything is operating as one now. We're really allowing the opposing forces, the contrast, the polarities in life to operate as one. So a physical limitation is actually allowing us to activate something within ourselves and come forward with a new truth, a new idea, a new invention that would not have been allowed without that seemingly limited thing. And that's how limitations in life, they say, is an illusion, because we always have the power over it. Even though it seems like it has power over us, we have the power in that we're the one creating it. We're creating that outer reflection, and we're ending big cycles right now where we are creating a new energetic hologram to be reflected, a new mirror, a new life, a new way, more fulfilling, more joyous, more peaceful, more anchored in our heart. And this is anchoring more in our heart, this new truth. This rock is a heart. It's solid, it's heavy. We are anchoring in a more solid foundation, building from this leaning on the inside, our heart, our light, not leaning on the outside of something that's been created over and over and over again. And this is bringing forth unlimited potential within us to be lived in our physical reality. Let me see what the back says. Fill her up. Lasting fulfillment, and I never remember what the back say. Lasting fulfillment can only be achieved by turning inwards in the sun within, this eternal, multidimensional resource of God's source, energy, love, light that we are, that we hold within. It is illuminating, it is activating through our limited experiences, seemingly limited, and then actually it creates a sky's the limit. The sky's the limit way of being. So by turning inwards and connecting to the eternal source of love that you are, rather than filling up space, reliving, regurgitating all of the same ways. It takes someone, it takes a rebel, it takes a wild child, it takes sometimes some crazy things to stir up the pot, to create a new. Sometimes it takes a fire to burn down a town to build a new. Sometimes it takes a terrible relationship to honor yourself and go within and say, what the hell am I doing here? Or what the hell job am I going to work for every day? And for whatever reason, if you're feeling non-appreciative, or it's stifling your creative flow or your creative juices, And yes, you can do that gradually, but those areas will cause us to go within, to seek our resource within. And that within is multidimensional. It is quantum you. It is all parts of you on all timelines. Opening up to connecting to that, you open up to the unlimited resources, guidance, wisdom, knowledge, and insight available within you. When you connect to the eternal flow of joy within, the space around you will reflect a deeper, longing, lasting contentment of you. How beautiful. Oops, hey, Carol. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me read up above here. Hold on here. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Oh, okay. I thought you meant you paid a little bit for a donation. Sorry, you paid a little bit off, 1%. Sorry, I misread that. You do what you got to do. There's no right or wrong, Lauren. There's no right or wrong. Whoops, I did do it. Well, that's your choice. You did do it. Sorry, I got my phone sideways because my phone was going to go dead. So now I have a hard time knowing how to navigate. Which is nothing. I am doing this credit crap so I can get deposits waived and so on and so forth. But do you really think you need to do it that way? Do you think you need to because that's the way it's done? Just a question. I know. It seems like it. I'm not limited by finances that much anymore. I just think I need more because I want that peace of mind. Well, that peace of mind never comes and never ever will come from the outside affirmation. That peace of mind is that heart space within. We always want that security, that comfort, that anchoring into the physical knowingness. And holy crap, the past few years, we've seen that been blown right out of proportion. And the real stability is knowing there is always change, but that true peace comes from within, that connecting to that bigger piece of us, that love, that the one operating behind the scenes. The universe is within us and we are the universe. When we connect to that little by little by little, we build more and more trust and confidence in that power. We weren't taught that growing up, most of us. We were taught to get the 9 to 5, to get the retirement, to get a good job, to go to school, to do this, to do that, because that's what the outside world requires of us. Well, we're finding that the outside world, that is not the answer, and that is not where our stability is. It comes from our own inner connection to self and that power that you have, that eternal part of you. But yes, we come to play the game. We came to play the game. We come to experience the physical. All right. I feel connected to you and thank you. Unfortunately, it was okay until my beautiful Oscar took his own life and he was just 16. I'm so sorry for that. So now I'm coming out of shock and selling my house and stepping out. Whoops, darn it. It just disappeared on me. Oh, God. He has been the most horrific time ever, and I will bring awareness to the millions of HSCs and past struggling within the system. Oh my God, that is so beautiful, Carol. So I can feel the emotion. I can feel into you and I can feel into that contract that you guys played together. Oscar, even as horrific as it is, it's almost, maybe you probably can connect to Oscar. You can let me know. But he feels all of that pain and all that you went through. And you guys did have a contract to, like you said, break the system, create a new, because death is the biggest illusion. No one is ever really dies, but within our physical limited perception of our awareness as a physical human being, with that veil, we are always connected to all of life at all times. And we're actually, when we are less limited into this physical expression and being, we are more full. We are living a fuller part of ourselves without that limitation, without that deep density of the experience that we have here. But we came for that. Your dear Oscar says, I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. You guys are connected on many, many timelines. That's how you are able to create this experience. on this timeline. I can't get too close to the energy because I'll start crying. And it's not, it's a mixture of what you have gone through, but it's also the beauty that is derived in the reasoning why it it experienced like this to begin with. It's such a profound beauty and love. I'm sure you're aware of channeling Eric and that connection where he committed suicide at like 19 or something, very young, and his mom was an atheist, and now she brings forth messages and channelings. I'm sure you're already aware of. It's beautiful. It's such it's so blinding to the experience from the limited self because we're not aware of the beauty that's really happening because of it and the love. It's like Eric stepping forward now and he's saying it ain't easy being a human. And I relate to you because I know my mom had two brothers, two uncles, and one of my uncles, he was only 5 years older than me when I was 12, who committed suicide, and then his brother as well, so two uncles. And then my son suffers with that kind of stuff, suicidal thoughts, depression, all of that, my older adult son. So it's really taught me to trust and to trust the journey and to trust the the non-physical, the soul's journey, the God self. All right. Hey, Christy. Oh, shoot. What am I doing here? I just hit something. Holy crap. All right. Sorry. I have my phone sideways and I can't navigate it with it sideways. But yeah. So as dark as the dark, as light as the light. And some of us have hold so much love and have so much wisdom as a soul and so many different experience they chose to take because they do have that power. They do have that light. And they can carry that burden, but that burden is not to be carried forever. You came to transmute it into light. You came to bring forth the illusion of the darkness, the fear, the separation, all of that into the light. Thank you, Christy, for the love and light. All right. I know he is free. Yes, 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 yes. I know. I'm sure you do. I feel that. I feel that you guys are really, really close. It's like, I mean, obviously he's a piece of you. You're his mom, but I'm feeling it from a much higher level, like a fractal, that was very close to your heart. Like, they say there's a beginning source, and then we all fractal off into all of these experience. And this piece of you was like way, way up on um, the part where you weren't as fractalized. What the heck's it called? It begins with M. No, I can't think of it. But when you have these pods and these groups that are really, really closer to your original expression. Okay, okay, okay. You're a psychic medium. Beautiful. Okay, let me put my hand this way. Uh, oh yeah. No, I'll look at her. So you haven't heard of her. Elise, I'll put it on here. Elise Medus, and very beautiful channeling. So she brings in these psychic mediums who are channeling Eric. But I too, and Christy, and a lot of us that deal with that. Oh my God, I can just feel that. Oh my God, Eric, you got to. Eric wants to come through you because you are a medium. You've dealt with that. And Eric is an angel, actually. I'm going to put the link there for you. Oh my God, there's a huge connection. You're here right now for that hookup. That Eric says that hook us up. Eric's going, hook us up, hook us up. And you'll relate. You'll relate. And she's brought through very beautiful mediums. And Eric comes through with me a lot. And he likes to keep it real and raw and keep things light. Um, yeah, oh my God, yeah. You got to hook up. I know we have been together before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course you have. Oh, me and you mean? Me and you, or you and your son, Oscar? Yeah, Gemini's. He is my ascended master too. Okay, who's your ascended master? Your son? Oh, you bring him through. Or Carol Singer, yes, Eric is bringing him through. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I'm missing some stuff here. But that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah, so I always am close to Eric because I'm always saying like, Eric, help my son Caleb, help him, help him. And Eric has reassured me, he says he's not going to walk down the same path. He will not walk down that path. He will triumph. He's not going to walk down that path, but every path is a triumph, but he's talking it in the way that I relate. And that's the beauty. And that's the beauty of having a physical experience and then and then ascending into that mastery in the non-physical because you have that experience. And I'm feeling both of you, Carol and Oscar, are very you carry a lot of you weathered a lot of physicality, very dense experiences, and we love that. We come for that because then we expand that journey more. It gives us a lot of I can't think of the word. A lot of depth, I guess depth. It gives us so much depth of knowledge and wisdom in love experience. It's all love at source. It's all love. So it gives us so much depth and the power and the capacity to love. That's the word. Oscar is, yeah, Carol's son's name. So very, oops, I'm going outside. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, so man, there's a lot of Eric coming through lately in my master's group and just in general. And that's all about that deep, deep compassion. And someone who is depressed aren't connecting with that deep compassion and self-acceptance and that love. They're holding that in the physical, not in reality, but when they're experiencing that and and as we rise, as our frequency and our ascension journey comes bigger and bigger, we're giving ourselves more love and self-compassion. And so Eric and those that have gone through those suicidal thoughts on earth and then even committed suicide, they are breaking, helping to heal and break those cycles in the physical limitation of that lack. It's like what Eric's saying. It's like getting in those darkest of areas, but those areas are based on lack of compassion, self-love, self that connection, that integration of the God self with the human self. But it's a paradox because they hold that obviously in spirit, and that's the very reason they came for that, to end that cycle, to bring that love. And when a parent or any loved one experiences a loss in that nature, it really, really cracks them open. It cracks them open to its core. But that has the potential to illuminate and to release so much love. And then bringing that balance and that healing in the physical collective and multidimensionally. No, multidimensionally. Mm. So yeah, that runs probably in your family. Obviously, runs in my family. It runs in my family on my mom's side, and obviously my son. All right, let's see here. All right. Oops. You're a master as well, Carol. You're a master. We will change the world. The worlds. You said worlds, but actually worlds, multidimensionally, because we're here everywhere all at once. And every spark of light we display here, every time we remember our innate self, the God unlimited self, We are quantum. We're not just here. We're just got a tiny little speck of us here. We exist everywhere all at once because we're God source energy. So we exist everywhere all at once. And any little spark of enlightenment, wisdom, love, opening up affects all time, eternally. So your experience, Carol, and your son have a profound effect on all time, in all time. Wow. You are a master. Master light blaster. So a master, and I'm sure you've heard me if you watch my lives, a master light blaster is one whose light is activated in the darkness. Is that not beautiful? Is that not powerful? A master light blaster consciously allows the darkness to activate their light. And in that, it integrates and they become one because it was the darkness that activated the light. They needed each other, hence yin yang, hence the polarities, hence the physical experience as we know it. Takes the opposing forces to come together to bring new life. And we are, master light blasters are activating at unprecedented frequencies, unprecedented frequencies. All right, guys. So that's today's message. All right, don't let numbers, and I know you're a numerologist, Lauren, and of course you can do whatever you want, but numbers can be limiting when you're thinking in timeline. If you're allowing numbers to be frequency, that's different than a limited timeline. So numbers, you don't think of it this way, but numbers are just as expansive as spirit. Because when you think of, oh, we got to be debt free at 37 years of age, what is debt free? What is a number? What is 37? 37 ain't the same as it was 30 years ago. And debt free, we're shifting realities so quickly. Release. Spirit is saying, try to release the anchors in the timeline. Release the anchors in the timeline. Allow the number 37 to represent the 10, right? 10, a new beginning, a new cycle. Allow the 37 to represent a new cycle, not a linear number based on somebody else's experience, based on somebody else's belief, based on what somebody else is living. Such a good message, Lauren. Thank you for that. Imagine money flowing in effortlessly. And imagine it in a way that you can believe it. Just put yourself in the state of living it. Or just play with it. Like, I won't get too serious or too emotionally tied to something. Like, just play with it. Say, oh, I don't know, just an example. Say you break a mirror, like I keep using my stupid mirror that I just busted. Oh, I broke that mirror because I'm not reflecting the same frequency back anymore. It's good. Taking every negative, what we would think to be negative, and infusing it with your light. Your light is your awareness, and giving it a different meaning. Give the numbers you see a different meaning. Give credit cards a different meaning. Give debt a different meaning, and make a game of it. Make it fun and light, not emotionally attached. Because sometimes when we try to pretend something we're so emotionally attached to, we're emotionally attached to it because we think maybe deep down it's not possible, and then we create resistance. So make it light and fun. Make it a game. All right, guys. If anyone has made a donation, let me know, and I can give you a quick personal or a thorough personal. And if anybody shared out, let me know if you shared out this message, and I will just give you a quickie because I don't see anybody. One more message. I get frustrated when I feel forced into. So when you get frustrated, when you feel forced into things due to majority being that way, I know. Say, well, I'm feeling forced because you know what? I came to break free of it. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction for every energy. So if you're feeling really frustrated and really angry, try to find the opposing thought to bring you back into the middle. So if you're feeling frustrated, add a new spin to it. Say, yeah, I do feel frustrated, but you know what? I think this frustration is because I'm actually breaking free, and my spirit and my soul are calling for me to experience something different. That's why you're feeling frustrated, because you're not meant to live at that same frequency. Frustration is because you're trying to adopt a belief that your soul is expanded beyond, that your spirit and your physicality in this timeline is calling you beyond that. So that's frustration, is based on expectation, trying to abide or live or be an expectational experience, belief, thought, or understanding. But your soul, your spirit has come to experience something beyond that. So thank you for that, Lauren. You just brought forth a new understanding for me regarding frustration. I have to do things a certain, because other people do things X way, so now I'm forced to. Your soul is calling for more. Your spirit is calling for more. All right, guys. Thank you guys for shining your light here, because what you're doing is you are reflecting something for me to bring through. And whether you believe it or not, it's still a reflection of yourself for me and for you, in that you can allow that bouncing of light off from me to you, allow your own discernment to come to a greater or a higher frequency understanding or insight or wisdom or activation. Just one tiny little thing can act to as a domino effect, or a sparking of light that's going to like get things going. Like if you watch a movie and then you have this thought, and then you're thinking and pondering it, and you're amazed, and it put you into a different place, and then you think about it for weeks, and all of those thinking and pondering and reflecting is activated so much light. So you have created this message for yourself, maybe not in the way that I expressed it, but you, for your own discernment, for your own activation. We are always creating and reflecting our own energy. It's getting our attention. The physical experience is so beautiful because it gives us the experience in the physical through our senses, through our creation, through bouncing off from one another. All right, guys, I guess that's it for today. I'm hungry. I would be in a cabin playing music and video games. If it were up to me, I would be retired and say, screw all this working stuff, credit, and so forth. Yeah, I think you just got to find that. There's something calling forth within you that wants to come forward more so. Allow the frustration, allow the limitations to activate a new understanding within you. Playing video games. Oh, just trying to see here. How would that? Okay, so you like playing video games. In your mind, create your own video game of how you're going to beat the man, or how you change the system. Starts within. Everything starts from an idea. You're creating the energy through your electromagnetic field. Take a video game. Imagine yourself playing. And what's wrong with living in a cabin retired and playing video games? Imagine yourself in that energy. If that's what really inspires you and excites you, put yourself in that mode. And it might not even be the video, even though for you it probably is the video game and the being retired that excite you. That symbolic imagination or idea or experience could be reflective of an energy that you do want to experience. You want freedom. You want to be able to do what you want. You want to just play. You don't want to live in the adult ways. But you know what? Then don't. Put yourself in moments during the day. Put yourself in that, and you will create a new idea, a new insight, or a little bit different way of doing something, or a new opportunity, or something will show up. So put yourself in that. Know that maybe that's not the end all that you want, but it could be, in that it is just space holding for a frequency that you want to bring forth in your experience. Like a lot of people want $1 million, but is it just $1 million? No, it's the freedom that it brings. It's the release of the have tos. It's giving them the opportunity to buy or do or engage in things they normally couldn't. It's holding the space for a frequency that they want to experience that freedom. But um, the only way to get through it, to get out of it, is you got to kind of allow it. You got to allow the satisfaction to enter you. Don't deny yourself and say, "Oh, it's not that you don't like something. You don't like it. Own it." And imagine yourself in the other state as well and watch them merge together. So own up to say, hey, I don't really like this. That's okay. I'm doing it for a reason. And then take yourself to that other space. And it's about the meeting and merging of worlds. Spirit is saying, meet and merge your worlds. All right. Because spirit, the currency is changing. And I did a live last week or 2 weeks ago, and I said that joy is the new currency. So as the frequency rises, you're going to create those opportunities, those synchronicities, those guidances, those things that are going to meet you in the middle. They're going to meet you in the middle where you're trying to merge two different worlds to come together. The world of the heart and the world you're seeing, they're going to merge. And when you bring yourself into those high frequencies of joy, and if you really, really love playing video games and you can't do it in a second or something, put your mind there because it's the frequency that you want. Maybe not even necessarily the activity, it's the frequency. And when you're in those frequencies, then you project those back out into your reality. I know after this morning, I did a quick little live and it put me in a really high vibration and joy. And those people that were watching, and it put me in that high frequency of joy because I love truth. I love expansion of love. And I was doing it to kill some time. TJ Maxx wasn't going to open for 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this to do a quick live, see what comes through, deliver a message. And so by the time I was done that, I was really expanded and activated by you guys and the messages that were coming through. I went into TJ Maxx and I could not believe the freaking ass deals that I ran into. I got like a $60 mirror for 10 bucks. I got a little end table I was looking for my son's room, really, really cheap. So that joy, that frequency is going to project in meeting of the worlds. Yeah, I still had to pay for it, but it was a much better deal than I thought. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many things here. And everything was illuminated. And I created that by being in that joy, but they met in the middle. I didn't have to get it for free per se, and it didn't appear like out of nowhere. I took the steps, and the worlds will merge in a way that is understandable for us and makes sense, but still is expanding those higher frequencies and dissipating the way things used to be done. So joy and those high frequencies, you will create, literally, I just experienced it this morning, opportunities, deals, um, things like, oh my God, how is that even possible, kind of things. And Christy was there this morning, and you activated a lot of that, and it was there was a healing, and it gave me that understanding of that wounded child. Christy, if you weren't there, I wouldn't have had that activated, that information, that light of truth activated for that younger child. We don't want to change that experience because then we wouldn't have be who we are now, but we want to appreciate that and be thankful. And it was like a healing. There was a big healing. And when there's a healing, it just means we're coming into a greater alignment and balance of love, of understanding, of merging all those parts of ourselves, which is a high frequency, our innate self, and then we reflect that outside of us. Oh, it was beautiful. All right, I got to get off now. All right, guys, thank you. Oops, can I go this way now? Ah, yes, so much better. I hate it when it's sideways. Are going to sing that pop country song now. Are we going to sing that pop country song now? You make up a really good point because we're talking about the tuning. And after I was even pondering that in TJ Maxx, I was thinking when we change our station, nothing is right or wrong. It's just preference and frequency to our soul's journey. Just because you don't like country music doesn't mean it's a bad station. You know what I mean? Just because you don't like dance or trance doesn't mean it's a bad station. It's still there and it's operating at that frequency. So we get to choose and tune into the frequency that we love and want to be inspired by. Hey, Gina Palazzo. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your message. Thank you for your comments and shining your light, because where we shine our light, that is where we bring our awareness, literally, that is where we're shining our light. So you talked about your beautiful son, Oscar, and how you lost him at the age of 16, but you've come to kind of reform or expand. You're going to love Elise Meadows, to reform, you talked about empaths and mental health. Well, it's to do with mental health because you're an empath and whatever, the distortions and all of that stuff. And what was I going to say? You've expanded knowledge, okay? That's all I can say. Now I'm getting all whatever. I'm hungry. My blood sugar's dropping, so I've got to honor that as well. But thank you. And I would love, love, love you to come into the Masters group. It's a paid private group, but they're truly, it's a beautiful, intimate group where we speak and, just can be ourselves and work on our gifts and all of that. But I'll put it in here. I'm starting to get a little bit like physically just mumble jumble because I got to go eat. All right, guys. Meet me in the middle, and that song popped in my head. Oh, meet me in the middle. Oh my God. Well, that's what we're doing. We're meeting in the middle. And isn't that what Buddha is known for? Take the middle path. The middle path is meeting in the middle. It is taking the spiritual and marrying it with the physical concepts, with the spiritual concepts, meeting in the middle. And what's the middle? It's the great fine line between the yin and the yang, where expansion happens, where new birth is brought forth. That's what we're called to do. All right. Awesome. I'll put the information under here. Okay. Thank you, Christy. Christy's in the group. Jeannie Palazzo's in the group. I don't know who else here, but anyways, thank you. I'll put the information here because I'm getting lightheaded now. All right. She's in Maine. Who's in Maine? Are you in Maine too, Carol? Or me? Holy son of a bee. All right, guys. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Shoot.